I'm here to help humanize Wall Street and get the message across that Wall Street needs to become human and stop being so greedy and stop hurting so many people in the environment.
Oh man, I see what we got going on, and it sounds good. All the people coming together, we could actually do something in our lives. So way out, why can't you find a way out? So down your way out, why can't you find a way? No way out, why can't you find a way out? So lost your way out, why can't you find a way? Oh, I touch your bones, model the mobile, mobile and bullshit, spending and roll, calling the downwards, I say tunnel, and I know what we do in the smoke, not a moment, yo, I think everybody kind of wants the same thing, but everyone's got sort of different political philosophies on how to get there, but I think as long as everyone has the same common goal at the end, they'll probably figure something out, I hope, you know?
Yeah.
I think the common goal is really just that, like, the government is supposed to be for the people, by the people. It's not. It's not.
Why can't you find a way? No way out. Why can't you find a way out? So lost your way out. Why can't you find a way? It's like cats, we living high on a highway, so high, so high, so high, so high. Now the people busting over tonight, think the street was so high.
Media is mainly focusing on the fact that we're a little unorganized. There are people here from like the SPCA, and there are people here who are demanding aliens go away. Like there's stuff like that. So the idea to get a little bit more informed, a little bit more united, that potentially help the cause versus hurt the cause.
The most beautiful part, though, is that, like, we have anarchists. I saw 6-year-old kids, I saw 90-year-old Vietnam veterans, anarchists, Christians, hippies, Republicans, Democrats, everything. Everyone's here, and no one's fighting. There's been no violence. The only violence is from the police, and that calmed down. But I think that's part of the most beautiful thing about it, is that it's completely, like, there is no rules.
Political talking points until you actually get Washington changed.
Agreed, which is voting. Which is voting.
No, it's campaign finance reform. It's getting honest debate into. I mean, the media will not cover. The media will not get these guys that you're talking about in New York City. I mean, this is New York's problem. This is the whole country's problem.
You have to tell me I'm a Republican in New York City. I get no media coverage.
But all the people who can't be here and are watching the news, and you never debate. And I mean, these are just talking points.
They're not. If people
this is a political dialogue.
If people act on them, it's not. But you've got to mobilize. You can't just sit and have the protest. You have to follow up with voter registration. You have to compel candidates into office by forcing the talk.
I was just so pleased that finally, at last, somebody was protesting. Somebody was out there, and it's the young people. We need to get behind the young people.
We need to get all the people.
We need to get all the
ages,
people.
all
It's
ages
nice
are
that
here.
they had the guts to do it. It's about time.
Times in history that were very revolutionary. For instance, like the time it took to come up with something like the Declaration of Independence or anything like that. You're running back and forth on horseback, and like you're having a million meetings, and that's just what's happening here. The General Assembly is having democratic discussion. They're trying to get a lot of different viewpoints down on paper, and a lot of them to come together and find the place where everybody meets. So I think that takes time, and I think that it was good of them to come out with some published material, and I'm excited to see what comes out of it next.
We have the tents over here and the organization crew. You can only organize so many people, and get people to pay attention to you is a little difficult. But right now, your best bet is when you come here is to actually speak to the people underneath the umbrellas, talk to the information desk, talk to the volunteers. That's what I did. The first thing I come down is go straight over to the outreach program, and they told me to sit here and pass out flyers to people, and that's what I'm doing.
Then bring it on.
the more that you repress us, the more that we were strong. For we are union warriors, and you gotta understand, if you wanna play the butcher, we won't play the lamb. From the Holland pits to Lawrence, from Spokane to River Rouge, you tried your best to break us, and you try to make us lose.
I'm not for conformity at all, and I feel like if you show a group of people that are different in dress and age and this and that, then it shows that it's not just,
you have to be authentic. You have to be authentic.
Well, it would be performance art. I mean, they know that these are people like hippies.
No, I agree. I feel like people should be who they are, and only by being who you are can you tell them.
I think there will be more people showing up in suits and uniforms, just like we saw the 700 pilots show up the other
But I'm
day.
against demonizing people in suits. Because,
I'm not
the world is run by people who go to work every day and are part of corporate culture, whether or not they're the ones on the top. I mean, I don't think you should demonize corporations or the people that work for them.
Well, I'm not demonizing. That's not the message. It's basically that when they see people that look like hippies, they discount the entire message and they throw the baby out with the bathwater.
But instead of just worrying about getting hippies to wear suits, worry about getting the average person in that suit.
But like, as far as goals go, I think, as we continue to refine our process within the General Assembly, some concrete goals will emerge, and I think that would be good to at least clarify for the general public what it is we're thinking and feeling down here. Whether or not that'll alienate some people, I mean, I'm sure that there are some people that are here that support in the abstract what we're doing, but by the same token, I think that if and when we do come forward with a concrete set of goals or vision, that some people will shy away from it simply because there is a bit of what they would call a radical element to what we're doing.
You try to split our unions by religion and by race. You called us reds and anarchists, but we laughed right in your face. So if you want to stop us, we say come and bring it on. The more that you repress us, the more that we grow strong. For we are union warriors, and you gotta understand, if you want to play the butcher, we won't play the lamb.
We'd love to see corporate charters rewritten so that and laws changed so that corporate personhood wasn't such an issue, so that these companies could restructure their organization and be more conscious and have a format for being an ethical entity as well as self-interested and as well as trying to make money for the company. Because this planet, only got finite resources.
Yeah.
If we rape and pillage the earth, then there's not going to be left for us to live on.
Well, I mean, I'm very encouraged by the fact that at last count, 70 other cities in the United States have taken up their own occupations. And mainly, I'm not real concerned about the goals or the vision implementing. I mean, this is just the very beginning of a movement that most people here should have started several years ago.
Yeah.
But if we can at least raise the awareness level of the general population and just get people interested in asserting their rights, that in itself would be a major victory.
I'd like to see something done about pay inequality in this country. Yeah. Let's tax the people who've got the real wealth at a proper rate, not just 15%.
I'd like to see a significant amount of the American population not feel so disempowered, but feel that there's a place where they can be heard and put their voices together and start to address the problems of our society.
I think what people really need to actually do is there needs to be a global conscious change in order for anything to work out. You can try to change things from the outside and make a lot of noise and stuff, and it can be effective. But I think what the people at the top need to do is just kind of change their mindset. And the people at the bottom also need to change their mindset, and we have to kind of work together and not try to work against each other more. I think really this is a start of kind of seeing people young people working together to say okay, we can have a community, we can have we can give some of ourselves back to each other, work together, and we don't need everything it's like up here, you know, these big massive. But you know, I think like that's really like this is a start. You know, I'm not sure how it'll end up, but I mean, it's a party, man. People getting along with some beers. You know, you ever been to a party? You like parties?
Everybody should come down. You know, it's going to be going on a while. I don't think we're going to get immediate results. So you know, it's going to be a long process. We're building. Brick on